It's Jonah with Mile High Beta, and today we're doing water changes on all the boys. I have everything already preset for myself. When I'm doing anything water change, I will let the water sit for 24 hours before I use it. I have 4 buckets I keep under my rack. I use Tetra, and I'm also going to be using Stability and Prime, and I put that in my water before I even fill it up. So like after I put this in the water, it's not as mixed, so when I put it in before anything with my 5-gallon bucket, before I add any water, I put it in there, it's going to stir it up, and for my preference, it makes me feel like I did a good job stirring it up. So I do have these. I put all my males in them. These are the ones that I'm selling. Typically, they're not in here for longer than a month, but it's pretty nice for them because I do a lot of water changes as well as giving these guys treats and letting them flare up with each other. So I'm always kind of giving them some kind of exercise, and anytime I come home from work, all of them swim up. Makes me feel special, like I'm wanted. Well, anyways, getting back to it, I pre-treated my water, and I have my water buckets ready to go. I also have my clean ones ready to rock. I will also go the extra mile, and I will keep a little bit of the old water. I like to use a net, and I use a net, and I pour it really slowly, because that way I can get all that junk, if there is any, and I'm not transferring it in the old tank. Also, this one right here is going to be a copper koi. This is going to be my first victim, I guess you could say. So I put it over like so, and I'm just going to pour some water into the netting. This is a very, very fine netting. This netting catches brine shrimp, typically. I said that word wrong. Typically, but it also makes good for this because, look, I don't know if you can see it. Look at all that stuff that I got that I didn't pour into the new water. I like to pour a little bit of the old water into the new container because it gives them a little more comfortability. I have my cup right here, and this cup I will stick in my 5-gallon bucket like so, and I will fill it up. This water is at 80 degrees. I make sure I also put heaters in it the night before because the water's ready to go and I'm not going to shock them. So I will fill it up to about this line. I'm pretty OCD. Obviously you could see that already from everything matching, and the water lines have to be exact. I do not fill it up all the way because these boogers will jump, and you don't want that. Because if they jump, then they die. That's no good for anyone. Alrighty, so I have this one ready to go, and I'll keep doing a couple more until I have 3. Then I'll do them all at once, or I'll just chuck them in there. So, repeat the process again. Wait until I get to that line. I'm done with that line. So now, we'll fill this up with the water. So people argue temperature a lot. From what I've read, what I've researched, and what I've experienced, 82 degrees is the exact temperature you need to keep these bad boys. If you can hit that, or in between 80, I feel like you're doing pretty good. These are tropical fish. Also, with that tropical environment comes a lot with the betta fish. Even like when you're trying to grow fry and stuff, if you don't cover and keep that humidity, the bubbles are just going to keep popping, and it's going to mess up your breeding project or whatever you got going on with them. So humidity, temperature, super, super important. Just because it's a little thing, some people would argue and they see them in these cups. No, that's not how betta fish work. So hopefully, I hope my tips helped you. This is what I do for my betta fish, and I've had a lot of good success with it. Everyone has their preference. Don't be afraid to fail. That's part of the whole process, learning from your mistakes, going about it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, and also hit that like button and subscribe. Don't be selfish. Holler at your boy for anything betta.